When you got your wallet CMA wallet API key, you can insert it like the following. Once pressing save, you should be able to use the CMA Utility mini app. If you do not have an API key, I will link down in the video description on how to obtain one. But for now, let's continue when pressing save. If you go inside of any of your chatbots, you will now have the utility app under the actions and then the integration section. If we take a look here, you can get access to all of the available actions. Let's go over a few. So for example, let's format the date and time. You can format basically almost all formats and date time will work, but do not include the time zone here. The time zone will go basically in a separate section below. We can also use variables, so we could also go with the variable now. Let's go for the time zone, which will be, for me, will be Europe Budapest. And now we can basically choose the format where we want to format the date and time to. As you can see, there are quite a few for only date. We also have a few for only time. And we also have a few that display date and time in different kinds of places. I will go for the last one because that's one that I prefer. And we can now save this formatted date and time towards a custom field. Let's go with just response. That's fine for now. And now let's map this response towards a text node. Let's insert a text and let's pull that response custom field in. Let's take a look if this now works. So let's preview inside of web. It will take a few seconds because each action needs to be verified to see if you have enough credits inside of your CMA wallet system. So it takes around 5 or 6 seconds and then you will get an answer. As you can see, the answer has been given. And for CMA members, this wallet credit check will be skipped because you have unlimited usages. Let's take another action into consideration. So let's go with integrations again. Let's go with the utility app. Let's grab the format of phone numbers. Often you have the issue that a 0 has been added at the beginning, which there should be none, or you do not have any kind of land code available. So what you can do, you can also input a variable, but let me just input an example right now. So if I go with a certain action, let's go with a phone number. Whoops, that is not a phone number. There we go. If I say the leading digit should be 7, right? And also let's add a 0 here. So that means that the leading digit should be a 7. We can now also have the country code. So let's say the country code should be plus 36. And we can now map this towards a custom field. Let's choose response again. And from here, we can go with save and see what the output would be. If all goes well, the phone number should be formatted by removing the 0 and also adding the land code. So let's take a look if this actually is the case. So it takes around 5 or 6 seconds again. And now we should receive a new update. As you can see, the 0 has been removed and the land code has been added, right? So what happens if the land code is already added towards the overview? So let's say we already have 36, but there is also a 0 in between. And let's go with a few random numbers. Let's go and then say the leading digit in this case should be 8. And let's press save. What should happen is it should remove the 0 from this total number overview, right? So let's take a look if this actually is the case. Let's preview it. And here we go. Takes around 5 or 6 seconds again to verify that the wallet system is still having enough credits, and then we should get a new phone number. There we go. You can see that the 0 has been removed. There's no extra land code being added. And you can see that since we indicated that the 8 is is basically the leading number, all the other ones will be removed. Let's go with another action. And this time let's choose obfuscate items. Let's go with email. So if I say I want to mask part of my email, right? We can easily do so. You can also map the JSON response, or we can just go with the response here. Let's go and proceed towards the preview again. And we should now get an email but masked with asterisk signs. And that should happen around now. As you can see, we have several asterisk signs at the front, and we also have several asterisk signs at the end, allowing for masking of the email. Same action applies towards phone numbers. So I will skip that one and let's go towards a new action. Let's go with a password generator. Let's see if we say the length of the password needs to be 15. We want to include lowercase characters. I also want to include uppercase. Do I want numbers? Let's say no. And let's go with special characters. Also no. This should result in a password with just 15 characters long and only letters mixed with lower and uppercase. Let's see if this works. And after a few seconds, we will get the result again. And as you can see, we only have a mix of lowercase and uppercase letters. Let's do one more. Let's go for the CMA Utility app again. Let's do another action. And let's say we want to verify or validate a password strength, right? So this is something really useful because this allows you to check whether or not if your password meets certain criteria. So let's say, for example, this is a great password, right? Let's go with response. Let's save this and let's preview this to see what kind of password strength this gives back as a result. And after a few seconds, we come back with the status poor because we do not include any kind of capital letters or extra symbols, and also no, basically no specific numbers, right? Let's move on towards another action. And this time, let's say we want to remove some characters from a specific string. So let's say that you get a specific paragraph or string back, right? So something like this. And let's say I really need the quotations to be removed from this sentence. Then we can basically say or state which character or word that we want to remove. So let's go with the quotations and let's map that towards the response again. Let's go and open a new preview. And now we should get the text back, as you can see, without the quotations. So you can remove any kind of word or any kind of symbol from this specific section. So if I go and add a exclamation mark, so now that we have the exclamation mark in place, everything should stay the same, except for the exclamation mark. So let's take a look. And there we go. Now we have the quotations and the exclamation mark has been removed. These were just some examples of the CMA Utility app. More actions will be provided later in the future, but for now you have 14 actions to start with. If you have any issues, be sure to send me a PM and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible.